What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Storm Circus live video. It's on the left side here. We have Blue Eyes going up against Crystron on the right side. We're playing Crystron. Like I mentioned before in other videos, I'm very bored of this format right now with Malice and Ryziel and Fiendsmith around. I want to be playing some fun decks, so I am hopping around different decks right now, like playing Crystron, playing the Chimera Fiendsmith as a Mina deck, as well as playing Unchained Fiendsmith. There's plenty to play stuff. We do win the die roll here, so Crystron will be going first. Before we dive in too deep, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be seeing the Yellow Eye summon itself out by discarding a copy of the spell searcher here, which is going to be able to then destroy itself, which it has to activate in the graveyard to then destroy itself. Or activate on field to destroy itself. That's part of the effect. You don't get to choose. And then we are going to be summoning out the Sulfaneer here. We're then going to see the effect of the Sulfaneer activate, and they do have an imperm for this, making it that we don't dump two more cards. We do have the ability to now search, so we do banish the Smiger to let us search. To search here for the inclusion. Then we're going to activate the effect of the inclusion on the field. Let us search for a copy of the Tristalos. Tristalos will be able to be in a normal summon out, and then we can synchro away because we do have the tuner on the field already. Or I guess we have a tuner and a level 5 on the field already to go up into the level 7 to kind of play here. So we do have this, which is then going to be going up into the I don't even remember its name, the Escaless, and that's going to allow us to add one back here. And then we do, they ask if we have any cards in the graveyard. We do have the Tristalos in the graveyard, which can destroy the Escaless. So we do have a few things that we can do here. And they are going to let that resolve. But they are they thinking on this? They're going to chain Ghost Ogre maybe to the Escalatus? It looks like they're thinking on it. So they are going to chain Ghost Ogre on the Escalus, destroying it. We're going to be adding back the copy of the common one here, the Sulfador. Then we're going to Sulfador effect to destroy the inclusion, to summon itself out. And like we just have, I don't want to say negate on negate on negate, but we have a lot of stuff we can do. We also have to summon out the Sulfadir because of the fact the Escalus was destroyed. So now we can go up into a Nova, and then anything into the Nova, we go for a Cyber Dragon Infinity here. And so we have the inclusion to be able to summon back out as well, which we can summon out the copy of the Synchro, and then we can activate the effect of the Tristalos to destroy the Synchro, because it doesn't have to be Synchro summon, it has to be a Synchro monster. So that is an option that we can do. But we summon out the Tristalos instead. So, and just set one and pass on that. So maybe definitely a bit of a misplay. We should have added back the Smiger instead, and then you can still activate the effect of the guy in the graveyard to destroy and summon. Definitely a bit of a misplay on our parts. You know, you don't want to add back cards that just do the same thing in the graveyard. So, again, I don't really know why we did that. We're going to go Imperm on the Infinity. We do negate that there because we want to keep the attack boost. They do normal summon a stage, activate the stage effect. We do chain the Tristalos, and then in response, we also chain the Imperm, stopping that sage. We're then going to go up into a, we can't go into Swap Frog there. We're going to go for the Sulfadir, then we're going to go up now into the Escalatus, or the Dawn Dragster, being able to stop a spell and trap now on the field, which is pretty nice. And we have Bell in there. Well, they have Bell in their hand, so they can stop the Synchro being destroyed, or yes, the Tristalos summoning itself out, which is pretty important. But they do have Roar in the hand, so we can stop that quite easily with the Dawn Dragster here. We're going to be seeing the Roar going to be activated. We do negate that with a Dawn Dragster, and then they can go up now into the Spirit, activating the effect. We do Ash this here, and now they're left with just a Bell in their hand. We're going to be offering them to cut our deck, and yeah, we're kind of off to the races at this point. We have the Infinity to negate the Bell as well, which is pretty important. So we have essentially a full combo at this point. We also have Sulfador and Sulfaneer in the graveyard, and yeah, we go activate the effect of Infinity to suck up that Spirit Dragon, just so we have another kind of negate. We are going to be banishing the Tristalis, destroying the F.A. Dawn Dragster. That's going to let us summon out the copy of Sulfadir as well as the Tristalis itself. We then get to synchro up into a Escalados, and then Escalados will activate its effects. And then we do activate Bell here, but we can just Cyber Dragon and Infinity negate this, and they have nothing. So we are going to be able to continue off, adding back that inclusion, activating inclusion now, which is going to let us search our deck for the trap card, and then we can actually then use the Sulfadir or for Thyvern, I guess. There really is no point. We're trying to go for an OTK at this point here. Yeah, they just scoop it up, realizing the game's going to be over. I mean, we have in Infinity with 25 attack on the field. We have the Escalados, and then we also have a Sulfadir. So we have like 27 attack Infinity, plus 19, plus 26. We definitely have enough for game there. So yeah, we would have been able to attack for game at some point. Also be able to bring back out the other guy. So like 2,000. So yeah, could have done that a little bit maybe more smoother. But we see Crystron end up taking game one. Honestly, Crystron is such a crazy deck. I love this deck so much. I think there's so many different ways you can play it. I think I'm going to test the Azamina stuff next week. I'll probably take it to locals this week. I do really enjoy playing the Swap Frog package, though, giving me an Omni Negate. I really hope that Konami does not hit Totally Awesome. If anything, hit Totally Awesome to 1, so that you don't see like the water deck actually abusing it. Like, I know that Mermail, Atlantean are abusing Totally Awesome, but they're like something like 2. I think only 2. I don't think they ever go for 3. But like, if you do ban Toad, then like Sprite gets hits, Crystron can't get hit. Any like water deck that's like that can just play Toad gets hit as well, which is like kind of sucky. Now I know that now we see like Rigio making Toad as well with like the 7 Ascension stuff, being able to search for the big jaws, but then search for Drake Shark. But like I don't really know how I feel about banning Toad. Like maybe I don't say ban like the rank 4 Abyss Shark, but like maybe we need to ban that guy. Like that guy is a little bit broken. You know, Totally Awesome's fun. I don't really feel that Bahamut Shark is doing too much. Like what else is Bahamut Shark summoning out here other than like cheating out a Toad? So like at that point, maybe we just ban Bahamut Shark. But diving into game 2, we are going to be seeing Blue Eyes going to be going first now. I was gonna say win the die roll, but you imagine if you had to win a die roll every time. That'd be crazy. The side deck would just become completely irrelevant. But we're going to be seeing the first action being mated, being able to place a True Light onto the field. We're then going to activate Wishes, discarding a Bell. This is going to resolve not having Ash in the hand, searching for a draw 2, going for the Sage alongside either the Roar or the Trap. And it's kind of nutty when you think about it, that Blue Eyes, like the Search 2, while you discard a card, gets you like so many more cards as well. Like you're searching for a crazy amount of stuff. We see a Sage and the Trap being searched. And this normally means they have Roar in the hand for anyone who does not really play Blue Eyes very often. Now, this is going to be a pure variant of Blue Eyes, so they are potentially playing multiple Roars as well as some different stuff. Like I know they are playing like Lord of D and stuff like that in their deck, and also Jet Dragon. We are going to be seeing the normal summon of Sage now, which can activate the effect, allowing us to search our deck for either a Veiler or another Maiden. We are going to be seeing the Veiler going to be added now to the back to the hand. The fact that Sage search for Veiler multiple times a turn is also pretty nuts. We're going to go for the Melody now, discarding the Lord of D, I think it is, or Dictator of D, I don't really know. And this can allow us to search for 3,025. So we see Blue Eyes and an alternative Blue Eyes here. And that's going to now allow us to summon out that alternative for free from the hand. And this is what I mean when they're playing the pure variant of the deck. You're not playing any of the Invoke stuff. We're not playing any of the other things. We're playing strictly Blue Eyes. So we're going to be seeing the special summon out of the alternate, which does count as a Blue Eyes. So we're going to be seeing Maiden then be able to summon herself back out. And then we can link away now for the Spirit. Spirit can then search for the Mausoleum. And the game is essentially going off for Blue Eyes. We have the Trap card in the hand. And we're going to be popping numerous stuff. I think that it just pops up to number Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we have more than 2 pops normally, which is that the deck can kind of make. So we see the field spell, then we go for Wishes, going to equip the Neos to the alternative. And then we can go up into a Spirit. I think alternative also counts as a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard as well. So we're going to have multiple there. We go up and out into the whatever it's called, the Seals. And then we do activate Mausoleum, targeting the Maiden. And I believe Maiden triggers at this point. And we know all the cards in their hand. We do chain Ghost Ogre to this Mausoleum, destroying it. And then we're going to be seeing the True Light bring back out the alternative. And so we did prevent the special summon back out off the Maiden because it is like a 1. And we do take a second to read the trap card. I want to make sure that it is Blue Eyes. And yeah, it's going to count as that in the graveyard. So we are going to having numerous pops here as well. We're going to see a set of a mysterious card after they synchro summon out into the Spirit. And yeah, they have 2 pops here. Pretty nice. We're going to start off with an inclusion there, and then that's going to be met with a Seals. Seals going to be bouncing it back to the hand, and we're going to see the Seals mandatory effect in the graveyard. We do not have an Ash Blossom for this, so we're going to be seeing either a Magnemite or a Blue Eyes being summoned. But going for that Jet Dragon, so we have another layer of interruption at this point. And we do go now for Sulfador. It's going to be sending the inclusion that we tend to activate earlier, summon itself out, then destroy it. And we're going to be seeing them activate effect in the graveyard here, where they can negate with Spirit Dragon and tag out into a better monster. Honestly, Blue Eyes is very good against Crystron. I'll be honest. They have almost everything they need to kind of stop us here. They now go out into the secondary effect of the Spirit Dragon, go up into the Ultimate Spirit, and this is going to be hard for us to beat. We're going to be using a Smiger here, and activating the Sulfador, targeting the Smiger, and we're going to continue playing this. We're going to say, we can still try. They are thinking on this. We're going to be letting that resolve. We're going to be destroying it. And we're going to activate the effect. And they do negate that on the field. They sell the Veiler in the hand, very importantly enough. But then go effect of the inclusion to summon out. Now we have 2 level 5s on the field. We could go for a Nova. But if we play a Mechaba, that could be quite threatening. Spoiler alert, we don't play Mechaba because we are playing Swap Frog packages, so they are going to let that kind of resolve here. We're going to see them pop it, and then we are going to activate the effect of the Smiger in the graveyard, searching for the trap card here, which is going to allow us to still play during our opponent's turn. Not doing too much, returning a banished card to our deck to kind of pop a card, but it can be pretty nice if you want to pop the trap. But the problem is Jet Dragon protects everything from being destroyed. So they have like another later interruption, unfortunately, but it's quite difficult for us. We do just pass turn on this, and then Ultimate Dragon will, I believe, not be destroyed because we have the Jet Dragon on the field. So you have to just have the negate essentially at all times. We are going to go end phase True Light, going to be setting the Wishes because we did banish it off of the effect to equip. And yeah, we're pretty much chilling. Okay, so it does get destroyed here off of itself, and then it's going to be able to bring back out the Spirit Dragon here. I read how that Jet Dragon protected all of them from being destroyed, but I suppose maybe it's only from your opponent's card effects. After checking, it absolutely is only your opponent's card effects. It says that directly the first text on the card. We are going to be seeing the alternate dragon being summoned as well off of that True Light now, and then we just scoop it up, realize the game is going to be way lost. We have no chance of winning this. So we're going to be going into game 3 now, with Crystron going to be able to go first. We are the Crystron player, of course, and yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident. I know that Blue Eyes is not a good matchup for us, but at the same time, there's not really much that we can do to prevent this happening. Like, it is a meta deck right now, which is going to be roaming around, so you have to be prepared to play against it. And like, we have those cards in our deck to kind of stop the stuff. We have those other engines, like we have the Cashier cards, we have the Swap Frogs trying to set up an Omni-Negate. We have the Infinity Dragon going first. We have that advantage, but just one Spirit Dragon on the field is very hard for us to kind of beat there, especially when they're playing like random cards like Bell and Ogre. Those cards are very good against us, and they're not the normal hand traps that you see in every single day. So having that being able to be dropped at any time definitely can impact how we play the game. You know, ogering one of our monsters, or even just like belling one of our graveyard effects that you normally just do not see get belled. It just hurts quite a bit. And you have to kind of play around, you know, Ogre at the same time. Like, yeah, I suppose that we could just not activate Escaletus. But then at the same time, like if Escaletus doesn't activate, we don't get to add back the card. And then if we want to activate the card in the graveyard, they have like Bell, which Bell can destroy. So like we have like belling the spell, the inclusion, and then being able to Ghost Ogre the Escaletos, or even like our Tristalos on the activation. When like they activate another card, we activate Tristalos, they chain Ghost Ogre. Like that hurts quite a bit. So they have those really good hand traps in already against us in the game one. That makes the game one a lot harder to win. We did take a game one there. We're going to be seeing a little bit of time siding in and out. This has gotten replaced. We are, you know, no longer, or they're no longer doing that. I keep saying we, as in like we as in locals, but yeah, I mean, it does take time to side your sleeves in and out. They did get new sleeves, so it does not matter. This is just like a one-time kind of event going on. It's at one of our Wednesday locals, which is our smaller locals. We have around like 30 players on our Saturday, and then I believe half that on Wednesdays, if that. So not the biggest tournament here. Just like kind of playing a little bit more fun decks. Or testing out stuff that, you know, you want to see your friends twice a week, just kind of hang out and play, which is what kind of Wednesdays are for. So people are like, oh yeah, I took solo on the side, it doesn't really matter. It's just a for fun match, if you always want to say it. Okay, locals, not everything is a regional or higher level event. And if it was like fighting for like glory, then yeah, it would make a difference. You know, you have your 3-minute side deck rule, and you can't really just take all your sleeves out and stuff like that. But at the time, they were waiting for the sleeves to come into the mail because the store that we sell or we are playing at doesn't sell those sleeves. So like, what can you do? Not much. You're playing against your friend. So at the end of the day, does it really matter that much? I don't think so. So we're not really going to care about it. But they do take some time here to decide. I guess I'm just mumbling to myself. Could have cut this out if I really had to here. But we're going to be diving into Game 3 with Crystron going to be going to first, and hopefully we can actually play a little bit better. We didn't play very much in Game 2, as well as Game 1. We kind of played very low to the ground. We did get the Infinity on the field, as well as zooming out the copy of the Dawn Dragster, being, you know, negates, as well as Spell and Trap Negate. It's pretty nice. Those are some very good cards. But yeah, hopefully we get our full board this time, and not just a little of a half board. You know, we didn't see clutter at all during the last 2 games, so maybe we'll see that being dropped this time. But diving into Game 3, we are going to be seeing what happens. So we see a Mourner in their hands. We're going to start off with the Inclusion, which is going to let us search our deck. Will we see a Droll being dropped on res? We're going to be seeing the Sulfador, or Sulfaneer. It is Sulfador, okay. Going to be searched to the hand. They're going to activate the effect, destroying the Inclusion. We're going to activate the effect to dump 2. This is going to be a great Mourner target there, as we do see the Mourner being dropped, and that means when we do sync or summon with us away, we're going to take some damage. Taking 19 can be pretty nice. We do activate the Foolish Burial, dumping our copy of the Tristalis, and we can summon it out by banishing that Inclusion. We've gotten cooked by a single copy of Bell here. We go for the Escaletos, we take that 19 off of the Mourner, and then we're going to activate the effect. This can let us add back that Inclusion. And then we can go for the effect of the Tristalis, destroying the Escaletus, summoning out the Sulfadeer, as well as the Sulfaneer. Then we're going to see the Escaletus activate, bringing back the Tristalos. And then we can go up into our Infinity/Nova. So we do have this. And do we have any other additional cards? No, we just set 1 card here, and we just pass turn. So we have, once again, the exact same kind of end board here, being the Infinity and Dawn Dragster setup. Now, they do have a Dark Ruler no more, which means we're no longer take damage for the rest of this turn. We are going to be seeing the Inclusion, or I guess the Tristalis, as well as a Nova, not going to be able to use its effects, which is going to be pretty rough. We also have a Book of Eclipse in our hand, which is pretty nice. We're going to be normal summon with the Neo Kaiser Seahorse here, linking away into the Spirit, which is going to be able to activate the effect, as well as the Neo Kaiser Seahorse going to activate its effect as well here. And I'm not too familiar with this card, but I know it's played in the pure variant. You know, I was going to do a budget build of this, but there was too many people on YouTube already doing that, and I feel like the channel's not really big enough, or people aren't really looking for that kind of stuff, so that's why we didn't really do that there. But we are going to be seeing the Maiden going to be dumped, and then we're going to go for the Dictator of D here, and then we're going to be dumping a Blue Eyes. We did hit the Spirit with a Veiler there, wanting to make sure that we don't get any access to Mausoleum, so they didn't have any other access to Blue Eyes here. We're going to be linking away into the Spirit once again, and then we're going to go for the effect, tagging out into a Blue Eyes, and we get someone out the Maiden, because we did Veiler or Imperm here the first Spirit, so the Dragon Lock effect does not kind of activate there. Now we do nib them on this summon, so we do, for starters, not let them go up into a Spirit, nor give them access to a Seals. And they are going to look in the graveyard, seeing what they kind of have. They have an Eclipse, though, which is pretty good against the crackback of Crystron, as well as a Ghost Ogre in the hand, I believe. They're going to pass turn on this, and we don't really have a way to get rid of that token. So we're going to see the Inclusion going to be activated now, letting us search our deck for a Tristalos. Then we're going to normal summon out the Tristalos. And they ask if we have any graveyard effects. We have those two there, which can trigger any time. Now we're going to activate the Sulfador, targeting the Inclusion, summoning itself out. And then we are going to now be able to dump two more additional cards, being most likely the Thyvern as well as our copy of the Smiger. We're going to banish the Inclusion to summon out here the Tristalos. Definitely a misplay on our parts. I don't think we should have done that there. But here we synchro, and I'm thinking like, oh, well, if they have an Imperm, I can just always chain. We're going to go up into, I don't even know which launcher this is, into a Dawn Dragster here to be able to negate. But they have a Ghost over to this, so we're going to activate the effect of the Sulfador, which can then send the Smiger to the graveyard, summoning itself out. We activate the effect to destroy, summoning itself from the deck, and yeah, I definitely don't think this was a correct play. We're going to go for another copy of the Sulfador. And we then set one. We just pass turn on this. Okay, so we're trying to go for the big one there, we're trying to go for a copy of the Quandrax to kind of banish, because we don't have a way to get rid of that token. But they go for the effect of Roar here. We activate Tristalos, and they chain Book of Eclipse, and we chain the Dawn Dragster. They chain Ogre to the Dawn Dragster here. And then we're going to be seeing everything get flip face down. We cannot resolve Tristalos because it has to summon a monster and then perform a Synchro Summon. If the cards are face down, it cannot perform a Synchro Summon. Important to note. Now, we do have still one card face down here, but I don't exactly know how this is going to kind of work. We're going to see a Blue Eyes being summoned. We're going to see the Maiden going to bring herself back out. And we are approaching time, which is kind of unfortunate because we did take that 19 off of the guy before. So now we're going to activate the effect of the trap card, the Cluster. Going to be returning the Inclusion to pop. We're going to pop the Maiden here. And it's going to trigger, let them bring back out of Blue Eyes. I completely forgot the point that I could do that there. So definitely a misplay on my part. I should have popped the Blue Eyes, but it is what it is. I was trying to get rid of bodies on the field, but a little bit of a misplay on my parts. I should have just destroyed the blue eyes. Um, I don't really know what they can do with a token and a maiden, so that definitely was not the right play, but I suppose they could have just linked away for another spirit if they had it, and then search for mausoleum and then get the combo off from there. But it's still not the greatest from us, and we are like super approaching time. Time gets called here, and we are down 19. I think that they wouldn't be able to necessarily kill us. Importantly enough, they could have like gone up into like the XYZ Indigo if they play it, and like attacked all of our stuff. But we were in a really good position. Swap Frog being our top deck as well. Definitely was pretty nice. We would have drawn probably like one card off of the Eclipse. But yeah, I mean, there we did lose time because of the siding, but it is what it is. Like we see Blue Eyes end up taking the win here off that Mourner. We could have played a little bit faster as well, or scooped game 2 when we know we were going to lose. But regardless, it's up to both players to kind of maintain the game state here. And I hope you guys did enjoy watching the video regardless. Get ready for more Crystron content as well. Depending on how the ban list goes, it should be coming up this week or even, tomorrow, yesterday. I don't really know. I'm recording this on Sunday. So, the ban list could be up Monday. I would never know. I guess we shall see. I'm speaking in the future here, and hopefully the ban list comes very, very soon. I think we're all pretty bored of this format, hoping for the new cards or a ban list kind of shake it up. It's going to be the big ban list for Nationals, so preparing for that would be pretty nice. But regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what other decks you guys want to be seeing. And if you stay safe, peace.